So the first two, any messages that you want to get out real quick, and or what is the situation over there? Whichever you have time for first.
All right, we were sitting here doing our thing. We saw 4 vehicles approach our blockade on the bridge that's on the main road. They turned right, which is a farmer's field. The farmer's been going down that road. You know, we see him throughout the day. Lately, he's been pulling a trailer behind there, you know, like a horse trailer or a hay trailer.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking that maybe he's been helping them set up, or they've been using his vehicles or whatnot. But 4 vehicles came up. The last one looked bigger, like a troop transport or an MRAP. It had lights like up higher and on the back.
Okay.
I couldn't really make out other than they had headlights on. They came in at a pretty good clip, turned in that field, and then right after that, they pulled in there. We had a small drone, like a remote control that you would buy, flying over us. We put the light on it, so they're, you know, looking into our position and that kind of thing. So,
okay,
they promised us they wouldn't come in here and kill us or do this, not even make contact. Mark, our FBI guy, said the only contact we have with law enforcement is when we came out to the checkpoint.
Right.
So that must be another lie.
Okay. But
we're getting used to those, so.
Right. Absolutely. So that's the situation out there. Did they just stop out in the field, or are they coming in closer, or just setting up position?
We can't see because there's a mountain, a hill there. So
okay,
we don't know. But we figure they're going to pull in there and then, you know, take positions on the high ground and take us out.
So what messages do you want to get out right now to the public? And is this a spot where you want reinforcements? You want people to come and stand with you? Do you want what are y'all looking for?
We need hundreds of thousands of people to come out to the checkpoints and demand that they're coming through and coming out here and demand our freedom and amnesty and drop all charges against us and all patriots. The Bundys, and we need the Hammonds released. I mean, this is an overstepping government with tyranny, and this whole movement at this refuge was because the sheriff wouldn't do his job, and now the blood is on his hands. We got a man already murdered, LeBoy Finnegan, and I know the people are outraged by that.
Right.
They released that video today, and now, you know, if they kill the 4 of us, I would think we should be having a civil war the way this is going on by now anyway. So, you know, the people have the power. If there's 50 agents at the gate and 100,000 patriots show up, are they going to shoot them all? Are they going to shoot any of them?
Right.
And, you know, the Bundy Ranch standoff, they forced them and got the cows out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but he promised us they wouldn't do that. You know, we're still trying to figure out our best options. As far as I know, the other 3 don't even have warrants yet. So for them to come in and murder them with no warrants, that's really bad. But, you know, how long is the American people going to put up with this crap?
Absolutely.
If we would have stopped them at Ruby Ridge or Waco, that we wouldn't be here now. But nobody will take it through the end. If they get so far, their lives are threatened, that they get scared and they quit. We'll never win that way. The 4 of us have it in our hearts that we're going to take this to the end. And if that means your death, then so be it. It has to be that way. But, you know, we're still holding out for our miracle.
Now, you say to the end. Are you meaning that you just want a nice resolution to this? Do you want to give up and turn yourself in peacefully? Do you want to stick it out there and no matter what? What does that entail?
Well, we offered them. These people didn't want to leave after we found out that I had a warrant and they could leave freely. I told them to leave, and they wouldn't leave. And they were mad at me for even asking them. They wanted to stand. You know, we're fighting for the Constitution, and they only have the right to own this land. So how can they have the right to give us a felony to get something they don't even own? So I convinced them that we'd leave, and if we could get this deal. And the deal was that we got in our vehicles with our own weapons that we brought with us and our other things we brought with us to drive out with no checkpoints and just go home. I mean, I've drove in here and out, you know, 4 different times and never hurt anybody, you know, and then we have to have full amnesty so that we know 2 weeks from now they don't come to our homes and arrest us or kill us.
Right.
I said that would be a peaceful resolution. Nobody would get hurt. You could save lives, because the night before, that night they killed Lavoie, they had called some people in the compound and said they had a chance to leave. If they left now, they wouldn't be arrested. And everybody left in chaos, and we got left behind. Our man never came back to tell us anything. He bailed out and left us there. So we didn't even know that, or we would have been gone as well. So I said, why can't we get that same opportunity since we didn't know it? It's one day difference.
Right.
This could be peaceful. But I said, it sounds like the only way this will end now is that you force us to submit to your tyranny, or you kill us. So that's where we stand. If you're a patriot, you have to take it to the end. And if we quit now, we didn't win. So I have to do this until I win, or I'm no longer in the fight.
Great.
So I turn myself in, I'm submitting to their unjust laws, and then I'm getting a felony, which is going to take more of my rights away. So then I can no longer own firearms. I can't vote. And so that's what this is all about. The rights that we have that they won't allow us to have. And that just proves our point of why we're doing this,
Right.
And we've asked for a peaceful resolution so we can leave, and they won't accept that. It has to be their way or nothing, so which means that's probably going to end up with more lives lost. And people seem to want to accept that.
Can you further explain the actual reasons of taking over that federal building? The BLM not constitutionally being able to own land and control it as they do, and why y'all took that?
Well, we didn't take the building. The Bundys and their group did.
Okay.
We came, a month after that, so there was no employees here. We've been here 4 different times as visitors. We do chores around there. We clean the place. We do dishes. We help cook. We stand guard. We met a lot of good friends here.
Well, can you speak to why possibly they took it? I think there's a real confusion in people's minds. A lot of these patriots out there that want to support it are weary because they think was kind of the wrong place, the wrong hill to take a stand on. Can you maybe clarify that for people?
Well, where would it be the right place?
Oh, sure.
They're listening to the media. Which place would be? Which time would be? That'd be perfect if we had that knowledge. But, this used to be, this county, Harney County, was the most profitable one in the state. And now it's the least profitable one because of the government influx, BLM, and the Forestry Service. And they're taking all these ranchers' rights away. They've arrested the Hammonds, and they've been in jail twice now. And then part of their probation is they say, well, we get right of first refusal. So if you want to sell your property, it has to come to us, or we tell you no, and then you can sell it. And then they said they can only sell anything for $500, no more than that. Any property to pay their fines. So how do you pay $400,000 fine if you can only sell something for $500?
Right.
That's fucking tyranny. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so that's why the Bundys stepped in and said, you know what? There's a natural law here that if you own this land, the government can't come in and take it from you. You owned it first. It's yours. And so that was part of the fight. That was a rally. And then, of course, this refuge is illegal because government, according to Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 17, the government can only own the land in the state if the state says so. They have to have permission. And it can only be for military bases, armories, magazines, or other needful buildings such as post office. You can't own land, and that's what they've done here. These buildings are BLM buildings. They're not military or anything. So it's unlawful for them to even be here, according to the Constitution.
Right.
Why aren't we enforcing these laws? So, this movement is stepping in to say, listen, this is why we're here. Wake up. This is unlawful. So this is the people's land. They want to bring it back to the county's power, to, the power of the people in the county. They used every legal resource they could. They contacted the judge and the Sheriff David Ward, and said, please step up and do your job. You have the ultimate power of authority and law enforcement here, even over the federal government, because you're the county sheriff. And he didn't do anything. He allowed the feds to come in, and now everybody hates the feds being here. They're arresting the townsfolk. They're the ones that are causing all the fear and the problem, not those patriots. No one's been hurt out here.
Right.
We haven't harassed anyone. we've had people come and go, staying overnight, staying for the day. You know, they want to be part of history, but you know, then when their lives are threatened, they panic and run off, and we got left behind. So here we sit, and instead of just going home free, they have to punish us. So
right. So do you want any? If they're not going to grant amnesty and let you guys go scot free, what is your other option? Are you going to stick it out and go down either guns a-blazing, or just stand your ground and not give it up on the property? Or how do you want a resolution other than that if they're not going to grant the amnesty?
Right now, this is probably the freest spot in America, because on the other side of them gates in Burns, they're stopping people. They're going through houses searching for people that might have got out of here.
Yeah. So violations of the Fourth Amendment. Yeah.
Yep. They're calling it. They went to the campground down the road here, the Narrows, and they're searching campers for people without warrants. They're calling it a safety search. So they keep proving our point that we're like living in Nazi Germany. I mean, when do the people say this is enough? You guys are unlawful, and we can't put up with this no more.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to drive through a checkpoint. I'm an American. We don't do that shit. So, you know, if we don't stand and continue to win this, it's over with forever. Can you imagine anybody standing up now after all these people were killed? Because they know they'll be killed, so they won't do it. So if we don't do it now when this can's open, you guys are going to live for slaves. So I'm talking to every American out there. You better just leave your job, whatever you can, to get out here and protect us and protect the Bundys and everyone else that was arrested fighting for your rights. If 100,000 people showed up here, they'd have no choice. We have the power. Quit being afraid. You know, and if you don't, you're going to be slaves forever. And if they can search people right now, what are they going to be like in 5 years?
Right.
They'll come in and take your kids and your wife, and you'll have no say in it. Well, I don't want to live in a country that isn't free. So what our plan is I believe that God's going to give us a miracle, and we're waiting on it. It might be tonight. It might be next month. I don't know. But, you know, we're waiting to the people to stand up and force this federal government to back down. We have the power. It's just people got to get here and do it. And we don't even have to do it with fighting or shots. Nobody has to get killed. They just show up with numbers and say, get out of here. We want you to go home and get out of here. You know, and then the judge and the sheriff and the FBI director that's running the show that's illegal, they all need to be charged and arrested and held accountable for their crimes. They're the criminals here, not us patriots that are fighting for what's right. You know, there's right and wrong. Why do people want to do wrong? You know, and then we got people pressuring us to give up because we're working the cause. Well, hey, our patriots left us here, and now we don't have a choice unless we want to succumb to more tyranny. And we're not going to do that. So I guess we wait for the miracle, or we wait for they kill us because we're not coming out. So.
Well, those words are really going to ring out into the country and hopefully inspire people and wake people up enough that they care about this encroaching tyranny and do something about it and stand up like all of you out there have been doing. Thank you for you.
Even if they don't care about us, what about their families and their lives and their future? You know,
absolutely.
Get the word out, please.
We will.
You guys, the media that's helping us, is our only hope, because the mainstream media won't report anything.
Absolutely.
You know, they're owned by the feds. So, thank you.